Hey, my name is Rowan Smith and I want to welcome you to the Training for Trekking podcast. Now, this is the world's very first podcast which is entirely dedicated to helping you train, prepare and conquer your upcoming hike, trek or mountain adventure. So once a week, I'm going to be giving you quality and practical information on the subjects of physical preparation for trekking, dealing with altitude and nutrition on the trail, so you can know everything you need to be doing to have the best chance of a safe, enjoyable and successful adventure. So now you know what you're in for. Let's get into today's episode. Alright, hello guys. Today we are talking through stair workouts for hikers. And specifically we're going through a few different variations you can use to change up your stair workouts. Now, as hikers, we all know stair climbing can be a really good way of preparing for the trail. It's super easy to find stairs for most people. It's super specific and it's very simple. And you can literally go up and down the stairs, push your cardiovascular fitness, push your muscular endurance, and can be really fantastic. And most hikers are pretty familiar with this type of training, whether we've done it in the past or just considered it, it's a pretty standard one there. And traditionally, when we're looking at improving or increasing and progressing our stair workouts, we really generally look at three different areas. Number one, a hiker might carry some more pack weight and just do the same intervals and just increase the weight in their pack, which can be very effective. They might do more stairs and simply just do more repeats of the same set of stairs, or they might just do the same stairs but just do it faster and push the speed. Now these, they're the traditional ways of improving your stair training, progressing your stair training, which absolutely is fantastic. And these things will get you there 98% of the time, and they will definitely get you where you need to go if you manipulate those three variables. But sometimes if you're just training on the same set of stairs again and again, sometimes you just need a bit more variation and you just need a little bit more excitement. You need to change things up just to help you mentally, just to change things around and, keep things fresh through your training. So in that situation where you've been doing your stair workouts for a while, they're getting a little bit dull, you need a bit of a change up, but you don't have the opportunity to actually go out and do a different type of workout. You just purely want to train on this set of stairs. Here are a few different ideas you can use to mix things up. Now, number one, you can alternate between stepping one stair at a time, stepping two stairs at a time, and even stepping three stairs at a time. Now, depending on what set of stairs we train on, everyone's got a preference that we normally, step. Now, if they're really small stairs, people might always do two steps at a time. If they're really large stairs, we might always do one step at a time, or whatever it may be. But simply switching that up from our usual pattern to something that we're not used to and changing that up and changing that variation can be a really effective training progression. Because when we're hiking, when we're actually on the trail, obviously there's many different steps, many different types of rocks we got to climb up. And we probably do want to prepare the body to climb in different angles and different lengths and strengthen up in certain areas. So alternating between different stair lengths can be really effective. In the same situation as if you do happen to have access to two types of stairs, one that has smaller steps, one that has maybe uneven steps, alternating between training on those could be pretty effective as well. Another thing you can do is altering up when you're going up and down, how you're actually facing the stairs. So traditionally we'll just go up and down in a straight line. That's probably what we want to do 90% of the time. But if you're looking to mix things up, you can try ascend and descend when you're, side on. So instead of facing forwards, you face to one side, crab walk up or side step up, and then the next time up, face the other way and go the other way. Now again, when we're hiking, we're always doing funny things on the trail. We're always facing different directions, and this can be relatively effective. And this can definitely be a good mental workout as well, because it makes you switch on. You have to think about it. You have to concentrate, and it can be a really good way to switch up your stair workouts. I wouldn't say you have to do your entire workout like this, but you might do a few intervals here and there, and it can be pretty effective. Another variation which I like to do is performing pre-fatiguing exercises at the bottom of the stairs, in the sense that if we're just going up and down the same set of stairs, the body gets used to working for that length quite quickly. So if you're going up for 30 seconds or if you're going up for 3 minutes, the body will get used to working for those 3 minutes and it'll be like, yeah, cool, I'm fit for this, I'm happy for this, and, all is well. But essentially, if you decide to do a few exercises at the bottom of the stairs, you're going to increase that working interval. So the body's going to get a little surprise there. You're also going to pre-fatigue the body. So when you're going up the stairs, it's going to be slightly harder, and it can be a really, really easy way to progress things. Now, in this situation, you generally want to have a think about what's the main aim you're trying to get out of this stair workout? Now, am I trying to get a muscle burn and develop muscular endurance, or am I trying to get huffing and puffing and develop my cardiovascular function? Ask yourself that question, and then depending on your answer, it will depend on whether you put a strength exercise at the bottom or a cardio exercise at the bottom. Now, if you're trying to develop muscular endurance, then essentially you might just do some really, really slow squats. You might do a few lunges or whatever it may be. You don't have to do loads. You might do 5 very, very slow squats and then 5 lunges on each leg, and then go up and do your stairs, come back, repeat the same thing. And that's a really, really simple addition. And then each week you can add 1 extra repetition or a couple of repetitions, and away you go. Alternatively, if you're doing a cardio workout and you're purely just trying to get yourself huffed and puffed, at the bottom you might do some star jumps, you might do some mountain climbers, you might do some running on the spot, or anything that's just going to get that heart rate elevated before you hit the stairs, so when you go up it's going to be a little bit extra of a challenge. Now, this is actually a technique I use for people who do have only access to shorter sets of stairs. So if they only have a set of stairs that may take 40 seconds, then we might do 40 seconds worth of exercises at the bottom just to build out that interval for a little bit longer. So you have to be moving for a longer period of time. So if you are limited in length of stairs, that can be a really, really effective exercise, really, really effective method, I should say, as well. And then another option is performing extra exercises at the top of the stairs. So, this is pretty much the same as doing it at the bottom. There probably are a few variations, but you essentially can climb the stairs as normal, work. And at the top, you can do your squats and your lunges or your star jumps or whatever it may be. It really comes down to personal preference. And generally, I would say, maybe do 4 weeks of one at the bottom, 4 weeks at the top, and then maybe even 4 weeks of both if you really want to challenge it. That can be a really easy way, but you can get creative with that. Just do whatever you prefer there. And then the last option I want to talk about is carrying your pack or carrying your weight in different positions. Now, if we are loading up our weight when we're going up and down stairs, typically hikers will wear a pack, throw it on the back, and up and down you go. And again, 90% of the time, that's probably what you want to be looking at, because that's obviously super, super specific for your hiking. But there are a number of different ways you can switch this up. Now, depending on where you put the weight, it can really, really change the emphasis of the workout and give the body new stimulus. So for example, if you're using your pack, a few different options is, instead of having it on the back, you can hold it at your, hold it in the crooks of your arms at your belly, or you can hold it up in the fronts of your shoulders, or you can whack it over one shoulder and do 1 repetition like that, or whack it over the other shoulder on the other side. They're very, very significant variations. They're going to change things quite a bit and give a good challenge. Another option is if you've been loading up your pack with, bags of rice, or if you're loading up your pack with weights or whatever it may be, if you load your pack up with a dry bag full of water, and not a completely full dry bag, but maybe a 3/4 full, and you go up and down the stairs, that's going to be a significant variation as well, because the dry bag and the water is going to be sloshing around in your pack, and that's going to give you some extra challenge. And then the same thing, if you want to carry that dry bag in your arms, up on your shoulders, up on one shoulder, that can be a really, really great variation as well. And then on top of that, if you want to keep on getting creative, you can have a think about, holding extra weights in other areas. So you might have a weight on your pack, and you might grab a couple of kettlebells and hold them in your arms and walk up and down. Or you might just hold it in one arm, or you might hold it up on one shoulder. And you literally can get super, super creative here. You can even hold it above your head. There's so many different variations here that you really, really can challenge things up. And it's really what you prefer, what you're going to find a challenge, and what you're going to be able to push yourself there. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas around this type of training. I would say, again, as I said at the start, 98% of the time, purely increasing your pack weight, increasing the amount of stairs you're doing, and increasing the speed you're doing is going to get you where you need to go. But if you've been doing the same stair workout for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you just need some extra variation, you need to switch things up, you need to keep yourself entertained, there are a few options for you to add some extra challenge, add a little bit extra progression, and it can be really, really effective. So have a think about that and see where that might apply into your training, and see how you might be able to play that out, because it might be a good addition into your training week and into your training month. Now, if you were wanting a few extra ideas around this, if you were wanting me to expand on any of these areas or potentially talk through anything in a little bit more detail, I would absolutely love if you could come and join the Training for Hiking and Trekking Facebook group. Now, inside that group, I'm always happy to answer your questions, go into subjects in more detail, do video tutorials around certain subjects, or anything else you may need to help this training journey a little bit easier for you. So if you were interested in that, it's the Training for Hiking and Trekking Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the show notes below. But thank you so much for listening today, guys. I really do hope you've gotten a little bit out of it. Hope it's given you some inspiration and some ideas, and I hope you can apply that into your training. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.